Hello, hello, hello. Listen, I am super excited. We got a guest on today, and I'm going to call him Mr. I'm going to say Mr. Dante. And I know a lot of y'all might say, well, who is Dante? All right, here it is right here.
Now, I done told y'all, these white Republicans really believe that black people are going to be voting for Donald Trump. And let's be clear, it's some black folks out there, black women, more black men, who actually voted for Donald Trump. So since Fonnie Willis walked his ass through that through the jail, he had to turn himself in, these fools have been out here just, this is going to guarantee black support. Black people, since he got a mugshot, black people are going to just be down with Donald Trump. Okay, so I'm going to play you out a series of videos.
Come here, Roland. Let me holler at you for a minute, bro. Yo, roly poly. You don't told us what? You ain't told us nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and then you telling us that the white Republicans are here, saying that black people going to vote for Trump. Guess what, bro? You just admitted in your own montage or whatever you want to call your monologue that, you know what? Black people are voting for Trump. Now, I know that's a problem for you because, see, you the main one talk about, I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican, but, sir, it's just funny to me that you always carrying the water and you running shield for the Democrats. Make it make sense. We know you're a part of the Black Boule. We know that you're a part of the Black Gatekeepers. We know that. You're the one that run around here trying to keep a lid on black people and tell black people you better get back in order before Master Joe Biden, get y'all. Nobody is scared of Master Joe. And the thing is, nobody worship Trump either. Nobody look at Trump like he's a god. But the thing is, we know that we have more money in our pocket. We know the economy was better. We know that, Ukraine wasn't having to worry about Russia trying that over there in a small town. We don't
A couple of things got exposed in that video. Okay. One is Roland's belly, but that's hard to hide.
Hey,
But,
hey, hey, tread lightly, buddy. Tread lightly.
I said Roland's belly. But secondly, I thought I was the only one that wanted to go in on him like that, but I'm glad you did. But my question is this: you said something that jumped out at me, and I want you to try and expound on it for me. You said you called him part of the Black Gatekeepers. What break that down for me? Because I've been trying to get people to understand this term, but I think if I say it, they're gonna miss it. But I think you have the perfect delivery. What does that mean?
Well, like the Black Boule, the Black Gatekeepers, they basically are the ones that are the advisors to the king, if you know what Boule means. So they go to, like Master Joe, as I said in the video, and they talk, tell them everything that's going on with the black community. And then the people that's in power, they make rules and policies according to what's been fed back to them. And Roland Martin is one of those dudes that, like Al Sharpton the same way. They all come out here when black people are starting to rise up and do their own thing. They always trying to get us back in place, kind of like the on the plantation, how the overseers used to do when black people want to revolt. It's the same thing.
I wonder how much these people getting paid to actually do this. I mean, I know that they getting money from, hey, we're gonna give you $2 million a year to, speak on the microphone or whatever. But like, I think it goes a bit deeper than that with extra different kind of promises and I think then I watch this and I'm gonna put a little twist on. I think that some homosexuality is squeezed up in there too. You know what I'm saying? Because Roland, listen.
I'll say it for you. I'll say it for you. He got some sugar in that
No,
tank.
no, I'm just saying like this because Roland, man, just he know. I mean, look, trust me, man. I done seen it a million times. All you gotta do is look at him, and the way his whole demeanor is like those are one of them things that's really hard to hide. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I think it's kind of more to it than just him getting paid because there's no way possible that he believe some of the things that he say. It's impossible.
I think he does believe it, and here's why I think he believes it. He has to believe it because that's where his bread's coming from. And the only way to really push the agenda is to believe the agenda. And even if you only believe the agenda because of what it gives you, you still believe the agenda.
Or if you believe it for 30 minutes or an hour or whatever.
Hey, if you got to do it for an hour, you got to do it for an hour. You know, he talks a big game about how he is part of the same black community and all this nonsense. But my biggest question is, How is being a member of the black community helping the black community?
The benefit that I see now is being a victim.
Oh,
Uh,
Oh, see,
you
he
know,
got you. He got you.
you got me good.
if anything, being oppressed, because that's what they always telling us, you're a victim, you're oppressed, and the white people, they did this to you, your family centuries ago, and we owe y'all reparations, we owe y'all everything. But it's so funny to me, you go talk to these white liberals that saying we should get reparations. If you go to them and tell them give them money out their bank account, they're gonna look at you like you're crazy. But and then the black people, we think we're gonna get reparations. We ain't getting reparations. We need to go ahead and counsel that is not happening. They felt like reparations was welfare. When we gave you all them food stamps, when we gave you Medicaid and all that stuff, that's your welfare. You better take that and go sit down somewhere and chill.
Y'all gonna have to prove me wrong on this one. I think that reparations is around the corner. And in fact, if you think about it, Illinois has already started. Did you know that?
Uh-uh.
Yeah, Illinois gave. Look, I'm gonna put it up right here.
Evanston, Illinois, a community of 75,000, has traditionally stood in the shadow of nearby Chicago. But these days, it's in the spotlight, garnering international attention for a first-of-its-kind, government-funded slavery reparations program aimed at eliminating the city's racial wealth gap.
Reparations is to make amends for egregious crimes or actions against the community. And our local case for reparations in Evanston was found in housing.
Evanston's reparations program, spearheaded by Alderman Robin Rue Simmons, will use tax dollars generated by city marijuana sales to provide grants of up to $25,000 to eligible black homebuyers.
So basically, they selling weed. I mean, I'm just saying.
Not stereotypical at all, is it?
I'm just saying, hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. if you go sell it, you might as well break the people off. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody involved, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but no, it's no. But I'm telling you, man, I really think that this reparations thing is finna spread, and this is nothing but a tester. You know what I'm saying? It's to see how it work and kind of get some tweaks out. But it's all kind of dumb because I mean, how do you figure that out or calculate that? You know what I'm saying?
Right. And my question would be, where we gonna get the money from? We already in debt. So where we gonna get this money from? Not saying that they sent me a check, I wouldn't cash it because I would, but I'm just saying, where we gonna get money from?
No, they selling the weed.
Yeah,
They selling the weed.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
selling weed. Yeah.
Well, go ahead and give me a couple bags. I go ahead and sell them. I don't need nobody knocking at my door. I'm gonna go ahead and sell them and go and get my money.
But here's my problem with reparations, okay? And I know that people like Roland Martin and those people, they're gonna want to take their fair share of the money too, even though what they should say is no, I don't need it. I've been thriving. You give it to the people that don't need it. In fact, every black person, even if you're from a descendant of a slave and you're making it, refuse the reparation and give it to the people who really need it. They're not going to do that. That I noticed that's what's going to happen. But here's my problem with reparations. You aren't going to give it at the right time because right now, not a single one, and I mean not a single, no one, black in America is suffering to the point of reparations. I'm sorry. And here's why I believe that, and I can probably prove it to you in 100 spades ways. They have the highest purchasing power of any race in America. Black America does. And so that tells me is that it's not that you don't have the funds, it's that you don't like spending it on the proper things. So if I see it, and heck, I'm guilty. I have, and I'm guilty of not spending money properly. All I'm saying is, though, you can't blame a system of historical oppression for your inability to know how to look after yourself properly when you have the best shoes and the best phone and the weaves and the nails, but you're behind on rent. I'm just saying there's something awry here and they're looking at the wrong solution.
Look, man, I can't even explain how dumb it is because it just ain't gonna work out. Period. Because how, like I said, how do you gauge it? How do you prove it? How do you unprove it? How do you do any of that stuff? It's just a bunch of it's a bunch of room for scams. Is basically what it's gonna come down to. A lot of scamming going on, and it's just like the PPP loans. They pass out all this money and then they arrest you later.
But another thing I can say you got to think about, it's gonna cost money to be able to prove that you are a descendant. Doesn't cost a lot of money. It's not going to be something that you just do a accessory test and prove it. You got to go back and do the research, and that's a lot of money. So where does money going to come from? The government is not going to give us a grant to do it, So where's this money coming from?
Okay, so I got an answer for that, and I want to break it down to you. One of the reasons why I say that I believe they're gonna come with the reparations, because it'll actually be more money for them. And here's why: because to get it, you don't know how to get your money, right? You know what? If you don't do this the right way, you're gonna mess it all up. So for 30% of your check, call us. We'll fill it out for you. We'll make it really easy for you, and everything goes smooth, and you'll have your check within 2 weeks. Or go ahead and do it yourself. Fill out the paperwork yourself, and good luck. So at the end of the day, the money is distributed right back to them anyway. That's what it's coming down to. And then you got to look at it like this. Let's just be real. The average person. So how much they saying? What 200? How much you say again?
222.
All right, let's say 300,000. I ain't got to. That's too much thinking. 300,000. The average person, and I'm not even talking about the average black person. I'm talking about the average person. Period. To get 300,000 is going to put it right back into the economy carelessly, and they getting the money back anyway. So at the end of the day, I think it'd be more profitable even for them to do it than what we thinking about. And that's why I think they're gonna eventually do it. And
So
then
you mean
and what else it does? If the Dems do it, guess what? You got the black people all over again. Because
again?
right now they losing them. See, they getting away from them. So the best way to get them back is to offer, give them reparations, and it's on again. They got another 100 years.
You said something that I want to just kind of pull the strings on. You said scam, and the first one you said, I thought, oh, from people, but then you clarified that it's a governmental scam,
Oh, absolutely.
where it's the same way they incentivize people to sell weed legally, and by doing it legally, you have an astronomical amount to pay in taxes for having the shop.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're generating, I know they're generating mass amounts of money with that. But then now you include the 20, say you have 22, or say, like you say, 30,000, right? Or
Yeah.
$300,000 per person. Now the government gets back just a small portion, 30,000 out of that. That's all we want. Just pay us 30,000 out of your money, and we'll formulate everything. Now, if they come back and say, just like the IRS does, don't tell me this don't happen, people. Listen carefully. The IRS will issue you a check for your refund. And then the next year they audit you and say, oh, we made a mistake and we missed this. You're going to have to give us back some money. To what Corey said, this is what I can see happening. Just hear me out. You get your 300, you blow it in a year. The next year, they have an audit. And all of a sudden, that money that you were given shouldn't have gone to you.
And
And
then
now they're
house
going
you
to ask
bought,
for their money back. They
and then
repossess
house
that.
you bought, we take that. So it's a government buyout.
They got you by the
It's a
balls.
land grab, just like they're
Mhm.
doing in Maui.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something, Dante, about as it relates to Roland. So you must have really like got into a lot of stuff that he going in. You ripped him up. So what I want to ask you are what are some of the dangers of what he's doing? Because obviously race baiting and along with all that stuff, what are some of the dangers of that?
Well, the biggest danger I see is that, man, you made it out. You know,
Hmm.
you, you're doing well for yourself. Instead of telling people how to do it, you're basically telling them they can't do it unless you have the Democrat Party supporting you, or whatever the case may be. I mean, like, we're all men. Do it for yourself. Get it out the mud the best way you can. But he's, telling everybody to be victims, get government assistance, get affirmative action, all these different things. But did you use those things? I mean, I feel like if you could do it and I'm black just like you, then tell me what you know. Then I could do it. Then I could teach somebody else. I don't have to depend on the teeth of the government, I can do it for myself, and the government won't be able to control me. But it seems like that's what Roland Martin is all about. And now, again, like I say, he's a part of that boule. So that's what they have to do. You know what I'm saying? You got the, tap dance. They always talk about conservatives, and black conservatives are tap dancing for the white man. Nah, if you look deep, you can see who's really tap dancing. Because when they get out of line, just like with Joe Biden and all the rest of them, they get checked real quick. You know what I'm saying? And get put back in their place. So Roland, I think he's doing disservice to the black community. Just my opinion.
Yeah, it's ignorance to me because I'm gonna tell you something, man. You running a business, right? And what you're doing ain't working, and you just keep doing it, and you just keep doing it year after year after year after year. You just keep doing the same thing. I don't understand that. At what point do you try something different? You know what, man? Marlon, they not watching our videos. Maybe we should try to wear green. I mean, something. But don't just keep sitting there and doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and then complain. It just don't make no sense. Try something else. I've been trying to get my local, the city, to fund some of these programs. It's like, no, that ain't gonna work. Okay, I understand that's how you feel. That's what you think, right? But now my question is, what do work then? Because you obviously got the answer. So what's working? Or do you know? If you tell me that you know and you're not doing it, that's a major problem. If you don't know and you still doing the same things, that's that's another major problem. If you don't know and you're not willing to try something else, look at all those problems. But you know what they do? They sit back and they just say, okay, we just keep, what I'm saying, letting the people go and talk, because this is what it is, man. They so caught up in, let's get people that went to prison, or the people that did this and did that, you know what I'm saying, and get them to talk to the people and brag about these things. Now, I don't mind using people, because listen, I done my dirt. You understand what I'm saying? And along with a whole lot of other people. And it's okay for us to go talk to these people, but not about the dirt. Why are we glorifying that? I would think that there's a guy, I know a guy, and he grew up in the hood, right along with everybody else. While everybody was gang banging, shooting, slanging dope, and doing this stuff, he didn't get involved. But this is not the guy that they want to hear for. They don't want to let him go talk to the people and tell them how he survived in the hood without selling drugs, without gang banging, without being the local thief. He did that. It's like he was in the same spot. But don't nobody want to talk to him, because guess what? He a lame. And he don't know nothing. You ain't about that life. And we so caught up and sold on about that life that we can't move forward and make nothing happen for ourselves, man, except for, sitting back and complaining all day long. And I'm personally, I'm burnt out on it. You know what I'm saying? I just I don't want to hear it. All that complaining, because I'm busy loving on my wife and my kids, working and making a way for my family so that I don't feel oppressed. So I don't want to keep hearing about oppressed and man, the white man. I look, people say I'm wrong, but I don't care. I don't look. I think I live by a racist guy, right? I think he racist, but guess what? I don't care. In fact, when I seen and he doing his little stuff, I just, if he look at me funny, I just kind of laugh, man, that's funny. I don't care. And if you care, you caring about the wrong things. Go sit your butt down and go get a job, or go work and figure something out and quit worshiping the white man. Why do you care? Look, if there's a dog that's over there tied up on the chain and he barking and he don't like you, why you care?
Right.
But you put all too much energy into it, man. It's just it's crazy.
Because they've been taught that the chain don't exist. They
Yeah,
think
they
the
don't. They
dog.
don't.
They think the dog is free roaming, and the dog gonna get them. So they sit there, and they afraid of the dog, and they don't leave the house because there's a dog out there. um, you played a video before you commented on Roland's video, his video, and he said something about black voters that are voting for Trump. What did he call them? Stupid.
Stupid.
Okay, stupid. I want to make sure that we understood that was his, and you hear him say it. He called Any black person that's not voting Democrat, stupid. Okay. Now, mind you, I'm going to read something for y'all from Roland Martin. His statement was this: the day we end the name calling and personal attacks will be a great one. Then we will have a chance to truly find out who people are, and we won't have to depend on silly labels that say nothing about who they are as people or what they will be able to accomplish. Meanwhile, he has gone on to make his living on calling black people he disagrees with every name under the sun. Now, people might say, "Well, he ain't changed." There's no changing with Roland. I highly doubt he even changes his underwear because he can't bend down low enough to take them off. If he could, that'd be a squat for him and a sit up all in one. He'd be getting some exercise, and I think he runs from that stuff. But you talk all this nonsense about how the day we end the name call, while everything you say is about name calling. Either black people are sellouts, they stupid if they don't think the way you think. Well, let's just be honest, Roland, you don't think. So any thinking I do is more than you do. Now, you, Dante, I'm going to go on a limb and assume that you are part of the black community.
Yeah.
Okay, good, because I'm not. Like I said, I'm not, so I wouldn't know. Okay, now, would you consider Roland Martin a part of the black community?
Well, I mean, he black. They say all skin folk and kinfolk, but
Oh,
he's black. So I mean, he's a part of the community in that respect. Yeah.
did you know? Did you know that his family is originally from Haiti?
No, didn't know that.
So guess what, Roland? Guess what? Roland does not qualify for
So
reparations.
wow.
Well, he don't need it.
No, he
So
don't. But here's the thing: he keep pushing for something that one. Here's the thing that and he keeps harping on this: the fact that black people can't make it, don't make it. Now he has two choices to make now. Your family ain't from here, neither is mine. So I can speak on this. Is where I'm happy it happened. Your family ain't from here. So what exactly connections do you have to the black community? Do you know about? You got none, but you know how to troll them. You know how to say the stuff they want to hear, and you know how to milk that you heck because you were born here. But your family didn't endure the stuff that you say that these black Americans endured. Your family didn't endure that. As not especially not you. So I'm trying to figure out how exactly this works out to have a man who ain't never understood struggle. His family ain't from here, but he's speaking on behalf of everyone that they say have been through stuff. I want to know how that works.
I want to. It don't work. I want to challenge. Oh, it don't.
It don't
No.
work.
I want to. I would like to challenge him to give us. I don't know what. How many reasons we need? 5, 10, what?
5. I only need 5.
Get 5 reasons why any person that don't vote Democrat is stupid.
Yeah.
We challenge you to give 5 things that make them stupid. But he,
He, he
I'll
ain't gonna
wait.
he ain't gonna come up with 3.
I know. I want to wait and see if he do. I want to see if he respond and what he say.
You got a retirement plan, Corey?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, you might need that in your waiting because you're gonna be retired by the time you get that answer. You got hospice care set up too because you're gonna be on hospice care by the time he answer you too.
You don't think he'll answer?
Heck,
Nah.
He'd be glad. Okay, y'all got money on it. Let me tell you why. Before you make your bet. All right.
mm-hmm,
So y'all thinking logically right now. Why would
mm-hmm,
he try to come up with 5 reasons? Because he can't. Because that's stupid.
mm-hmm,
But you got to remember all the stupid things that he say to people, and they following. So
mm-hmm.
basically, if he decide to, he can almost say whatever he want to say.
As 5 reasons.
As 5 reasons, he can say
Yeah.
stupid stuff like, "We can't even drive down the street without getting killed. We can't even move in their neighborhoods and live in peace." He will say stupid things like that, and people will say,
Yeah,
"Yep,
you're
yep."
right.
Yeah.
So I think that he will conjure up 5 things. I mean, which he probably wouldn't respect, because one thing he don't want, 100% for sure, he do not want to debate anybody that halfway know what they're talking about. So he's more than likely not going to respond, and he for surely won't get on the show with us, whether it would be on his or ours. He's gonna avoid that, just like the rest of them. They be talking that rah rah. All of them, Candace and all of them. You know her too. On that side, she gonna keep running too. But he's not gonna answer directly because he's scared, because he know that he will be exposed. No way will he get on the show with us because he'd be exposed.
That's why that's why I don't think he's gonna give the 5 answers either. Here's why. Here's why. Okay. Now, I know, and even Dante know, he's been around long enough. If you respond to a logical question with something illogical, you're opening up yourself to a rebuttal, and not just that, but to prove yourself an even bigger idiot. And look, I know he knows that he cannot afford to lose his grip on the people he's got a grip on, right? And the last thing he gonna do is open that door for somebody to come in there and just straight punch him right in the mouth and knock him over. He can't afford to lose that pedestal, Corey. So his best bet is to, I ain't got time for them, man.
Oh, he gonna do the Marcus Rogers
And do his he'll say them three stupid people
it was three idiots
on TV.
Yeah, that's what he's gonna say.
Yeah.
He's not gonna answer it like boldly and directly and then come at us because he know. You know what I'm saying? And I mean that sincerely, Roland. I bet you. I promise you.
Man, another thing about Roland I don't like either is he always want to be right. You know, you can't prove him. It's like anytime he's caught in a lie, he try to get emotional. He get real loud. You know, and start raise his voice like what you're saying because you got louder is making a bigger point. Is really not. You know, when you look at Roland Martin, another person like he make a lot of money off the ignorance of a lot of black people. And I'm just keeping it real. Like when you have people going into the prisons, you getting paid to go into these prisons or talk to these different people. You getting money, so they don't really care about these talking heads. Don't care about you in the community. They care about their bottom line, they check. You know, and that's why I look at Roland Martin. He gets out here, he talk all these big old talking points. And I gave him 5 reasons why not to vote for Democrats because we got fatherless homes, we got crime-ridden neighborhoods, we got all these poverty, all this stuff that the Democrats have promised us for decades, and we have gotten nothing. You know what I'm saying? So he can't give 5 reasons why we shouldn't vote for Republicans, but I could definitely give him 5 reasons why we shouldn't vote for Democrats because they have decimated the black community in my opinion.
Yeah. But I think it's a lot of black people are starting to turn around.
Mm-hmm.
They are
and walk in a different direction. And I hope that is. I hope that's the case. Because man, we need something. We need something different. And listen, I'm even willing to be proven wrong, but at least prove me wrong. You know what I'm saying? And then we go from there. And then I say, oh well, okay. Now, if we go that way and things get worse, I'll admit it. But when we went that way with Trump, things did not get worse. They got better. And nobody wants to admit that. So here's what they say. Well, that's because he benefit from
white privilege.
Yeah.
Obama. And Obama did everything.
Obama set that up and can't even spell Obama. Like, what did he do to set that up? And so you acting like you don't know? Yes. Yes.
It ain't an act. I really don't know. Tell me.
And nobody tells you when you ask them these things. They say, "See, now you playing stupid." No, I'm actually not. I think you are, and you not either. But it's because you are. But you can't answer the question. So I don't know, man. And until somebody prove me wrong, I stand on what I stand on, and that's it.
They're gonna say Obama made millions of jobs, 2 point something million jobs, and then what they won't tell you is that he in his reporting, they say, and all of most people like to do, he reports certain things as something when it's not that thing. So you if you can split a full time into a part time and somebody has 2 part-time jobs, oh, they got more jobs.
Yeah.
No, they got 2 part-time jobs. That's not multiple jobs. That's multiple part-time jobs. But you counting it as income.
You got to have 10 jobs to make enough money
to make enough money, right?
No,
and
to
so
drive to work.
just to get to work, you got to have one job for gas, one job for your light bill, and another job for rent. And you gotta hope that all 3 of them land at the right time with the paycheck. You know,
hold on. And then you can't get too many jobs because you can't get the welfare. You can't get food stamps no more. What?
Look,
I tell you,
if they took that kind of time to budget Can you imagine how many people would not be in the ghetto right now? Because you know they you know it's a outlook. I've been in it. It's a balancing game to keep the stuff coming to you and not make too much money. But the emphasis should be, even if I have to make just a dollar more or a dollar less, and the dollar more means I don't get any help, or the dollar less means I get a lot of help.
So okay, so let's say this. Let's say that somebody can say this, and this is a legit statement. Okay, so y'all talked about the problem. What is the solution?
Spit it.
I'm gonna start with a heavy solution that don't nobody want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Promote marriage. Promote
Mm-mm.
marriage. Let me tell you something. Boy, oh boy, do we win if you promote marriage. That's like me. I did all kind of stuff when I wasn't married. When you get married, you start thinking. Uh,
Hmm.
Now you got kids, you got a family. You know the kind that God told us to have: husband, wife, children, kids. Um, you think about these things, and statistics and studies show that married men do not commit crimes, for the most part. I'm not saying no married man, but for the most part, married men do not commit crimes because they don't want to leave their family. But when you don't have nothing to live for, you will do whatever you want to do and you don't care. You know what I'm saying? And when you promote family, when you promote marriage, you're automatically promoting God. Once we get the family structure back and get God back into the mix, you know what I'm saying? That eliminates, I'm telling you right now, a minimum of 75% of crimes. But we don't want to do that. What we want to do is we want to promote twerking. Look at it, Merlin. You know this firsthand. Here we have Yoli that will take her time to do research, practice, and everything. Get right on the microphone, deliver a message, and people get on there and say, I can't believe she's talking about that. You don't want to see this woman succeed, this little girl succeed. Because how? They learn this stuff at school. I went to a school play they had. I forget, I think she maybe was in the fifth grade or whatever, fourth grade, whatever grade she was in. And they doing this play on stage about the war and all this, some kind of war. And they had the little knives and a little fake, like tap, and they shot. But it's okay to do that. But they can't get on here and talk about real life stuff that's happening right now that ultimately affect them. So it's like we suppressing our youth, we oppressing ourselves and depressing ourselves because of that, and we think that that's going to be all right. Instead of promoting marriage, we promote being freaks, sluts, and tramps, and then we glorify it. And now and then for the people that say no, we don't. Look, if you watch these videos, when you click a button on these videos and you watch these videos, you're promoting it and you glorifying it. If you allow your kids to do this stuff, you promoting it, you glorifying it. Period. Hands down. That's what you're doing, whether you like it or not. If you run around quoting the lyrics with your kids all in the car, you are glorifying it and promoting it. But as soon as somebody start promoting marriage, the only thing you want to do is marry the most popular guy you can find, or marry the girl with the biggest butt. That's what you're looking into. But it's look, we got to get a whole mindset done, and I believe that is what I'm gonna say this. Men, we need to teach our boys and raise them to be husbands. And when you got daughters, raise them to be wives. People think I'm crazy for that. Right now, man, listen, more important than anything, I'm teaching my daughters to be wives. I don't want them to go to college if they don't know how to be a wife. That need to be taught. And it's taught by example. And you show them how they should be treated by how you treat their mama.
Hmm.
That's what they're going to accept. If I go to slinging my wife around wall to wall like a rag doll, and then she gonna get a boyfriend and she gonna almost here sling me around,
Right.
that's what my hero did to my mama. So we gotta promote marriage, man, by our actions and by what I'm saying, sitting down and giving them a good understanding of what it is.
You mentioned your daughter being a young person talking. Take a take a gander at this stat right here. Okay, there's a little rapper girl who is now 14 years old. Right,
Okay.
She she's been doing it since she's been 11.
Like little Lulu Lala, something like that.
That little Lele, yeah,
Yeah,
that
Lele.
that girl Lele. Her influences are Rihanna, Lil Baby,
Mm.
50 Cent. She went viral, right, for rapping
Mhm.
and rapping about the most stupid, inconsequential, non-life changing, at least for the positive things. And to your point, your daughter, all she did was report on something, and she can't even garner 100,000 views for doing the positive. You want to know what the solution is? Stop glorifying stupid.
Right.
There it
Okay,
is.
okay. If you The second step after promoting marriage, stop glorifying stupid, because you know what people are going to assume? You stupid too for glorifying it. So how are you going to expect people to respect you, think you got something to offer them, or even remotely think for some reason you smart when all you do is clown?
Yeah.
Everything you say, that everything you do look like it belong on stage with a whole bunch of elephants on some balls and a guy cracking a whip and you're hearing that's all they think when they see you. Every bit of your antic is belonging to the minstrel show. You might as well have the black face and the red lips or the white lips. You might as well have a hat and tap dancing because that's what you look like. But then you expect people to respect like you got on a suit and you're a lawyer or no. People will respect what you present to them or they'll disrespect what you present to them. And unfortunately, you don't present anything that's acceptable in the realm of respect. I don't understand, and I will never understand why that particular mindset is the one that you decide to cling to as your identity. Um, we don't accept that from kids. We don't accept that from normal adults, but for some reason, for an entire swath of the population that consider themselves black, that's the running. I don't know, man. I don't see how you're going to make headway in life if everything to you is a joke and nothing to you is serious. I don't see how that's going to work.
You know what? Real talk. I mean, when you was talking about the marriage thing, man, I'm not married, but I'm at the point now where I'm getting my ducks in the row. You know that when I meet her, I'm ready. I got my own house, have my own cars, everything paid for. And I think that a lot of people they jump out into these relationships knowing you're not ready for it. I feel like as a man, I need to be prepared for my wife. I don't think I need to be, trying to get it together. I need to have it together and, making sure I got somewhere to put her, and so you're right. When it comes to the family dynamics, when you have a strong family, husband and wife, let me make sure I put emphasis on husband and wife because I know y'all with these alternative marriages, two men can't be married, two women can't be married. I don't know what y'all call that, but that's not a marriage. God does not sanction that. So for me, it's kind of funny when I was in that lifestyle, the one I'm talking about, women was trying to holler at me. They wanted me, but now I got my ducks in a row. Women not paying me no attention. I don't understand black women. Now I have a lot of white women be in the DMs and want to talk to me. Then y'all sweep it down, or you trading up, or you turning on the black women. Nah, it's not that. The black women don't want a good man. A lot of black women out here don't want a good man. They want a man that's gonna be out here in these streets, bust him upside the head, cheating on them or whatever. But you got a man that's willing to let God lead him as he lead them, it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so I'm cool with being single for right now, but my eyes open, you know what I'm saying? So whenever, like what Corey was saying, I can have that unit, making sure I'm not getting in trouble. I used to be a person that was in and out of jail. I was quick to fight. I was quick to put my hands on you. I'm not that way no more because I want something more in life. You know what I'm saying? I'm only 44, but I want kids, one day. And if that happens, then I need to have something to have a legacy for them. I don't need them to have the legacy of like my daughter going out here acting like Sexy Red, talking about her behind, being a certain color and everything else being a certain color. We got to teach better. So for me, I just want to make sure I can give the best I can to my community until I get married. And when I get married, I can give the best to my family because I think that's very important. Like I agree with y'all saying that we need to make sure that our family units are tight. Period.
So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. There's a good man. Now, don't expect me to deliver all these messages that's gonna come in my email. I am not your
He ain't Cupid. He's not Cupid. He don't
I'm
got
not
no
Cupid,
bow. Okay.
So with that being said, tell them how to contact you so they can send those messages directly to you.
Well, you can find me on Facebook under Mackenzie Dante Nelson. That's my whole name. TikTok is President Dante. On YouTube, it's Humble Man Dante. And if you want to holler at me in the email, it's Dante Nelson 13 at Gmail. Holler at your boy.
Oh, he ain't playing.
You ain't playing.
Hey, y'all, look, I enjoyed Mr. Dante. Hey, man, anytime you want to come back, reach out to us, man. Let us know, man.
Appreciate it, man.
We're family now. So check it out, y'all. Make sure you go in and like, share, and subscribe to his channels and follow him. And let's help promote positivity, because that's what it's about. The more people that we can get on board with a positive message, the better off that we'll be. And for those who want to get the negative message, y'all, you know what? We decided, y'all, go ahead and do it all you can. Get it out your system into the car crash. And then when you're ready to get right, or if you need to be, some direction or some encouragement, come back and get with us, and we'd be glad to, hold hands together, learn together, walk together, and build together. Okay. But in the meantime, do us a favor, but do yourself a bigger favor. Wake up before you go to sleep. Peace. We out of here.